Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Sometimes, the ability to lose games is the most valuable trade return. After an offseason that drastically changed the future of the Brooklyn Nets, the expectation was to return to relevance in 2025. However, after a 9-10 start to the regular season, including a 3-game winning streak over Sacramento, Golden State, and Phoenix all on the road, the Nets looked closer to a play-in team than a lottery team. All coming in the first year of the Jordi Fernandez era, Brooklyn was in a prime position to develop their young talent and build a winning culture, while increasing the value of their veterans ahead of the trade deadline. But, after losing Cam Thomas 3 to 4 weeks and losing 4 of their last 5 games, the writing was on the wall that the Nets may not be playing meaningful basketball down the stretch. The writing on the walls became reality in an instant, as general manager Sean Marks took to the trade market to begin shipping their veteran talent. This came in the form of Dennis Schroeder and a 2025 second-round pick, W. Schroeder has been a key contributor for the Nets since joining the team last season, averaging 18.4 points per game on 39% shooting from deep, 6.6 assists and 1.1 steals a night. The Germany native will be a welcome addition to the Warriors, who are in need of scoring depth in their backcourt. So far this season, the Warriors have utilized Andrew Wiggins as their shooting guard, but it has basically been Steph Curry and 4 bigs starting for Golden State. The Warriors replaced Curry's longtime partner Klay Thompson with Buddy Hield this offseason, which is as difficult a task as it sounds. While Hield has always been a capable scorer since college, his consistency on a night-to-night basis has been his Achilles heel. Despite averaging 14.5 points a night on a .600 effective field goal percentage, Hield has more games shooting below 37.5% from the floor, 8, than he has shooting over 50%, 7. Outside of Hield, second-year man Brandon Podziemski would be the third backcourt option, who has struggled in his increased role in year 2. Specifically in an ability to score efficiently. DeAnthony Melton was a solid scoring threat early this season, averaging 10.3 points per game on a .528 effective field goal percentage before suffering a season-ending injury earlier this year. Regardless of Melton's hypothetical development if he were not to get hurt, the chance to upgrade with Schroeder's offensive abilities is a decision any general manager would make. Warriors still have one key area they must address after Schroeder trade. The Golden State Warriors have officially moved to address some of their biggest issues, with Dennis Schroeder sure to bring a spark to an offense that's been one of the worst in the league over the past few weeks. Schroeder is likely to start in the backcourt to relieve some of the burden on Stephen Curry, while also addressing the need for a backup point guard after Brandon Podziemski couldn't deliver in the role to start the season. The veteran guard may address Golden State's backcourt concern, but the franchise still has one major question mark surrounding their front court and in particularly a center spot that's been filled with uncertainty over recent games. The Warriors may envision a closing lineup of Schroeder, Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, and Draymond Green, yet the idea of the latter starting games at center is one that's still hard to wrestle with. Green has started the last 2 games at the 5 alongside Kuminga, having taken over from Kevin Looney who had previously displaced Tracy Jackson-Davis hold on the center position. Golden State hold a 6.2 net rating in the 223 minutes where Green and Kuminga have shared the floor, but asking the 34-year-old to play heavy minutes at center is likely to take its physical toll. Do the Warriors go back to the reliable Looney who's had a strong bounce-back season? Doing so would harm spacing within the starting lineup, with Schroeder having a great year shooting the ball but not your quick-trigger, spot-up guy like Buddy Hield is. How about Jackson-Davis? The second-year big man could actually benefit from playing alongside Schroeder, who's likely to now be Golden State's best lob passer, but that may be better utilized in the second unit where Kerr may lean more into pick-and-roll with the German guard in charge. The center conundrum only intensifies belief that the Warriors will make another move before the February 6 trade deadline. there's limitations to each of the options the franchise currently has, meaning that scouring the trade market may be their best option in trying to find certainty at the position. Chicago big man Nikola Vucevic may be the most high-profile option that's been linked to the Warriors, with the Bulls reportedly seeking a first-round pick according to NBA insiders Mark Stein and Jake Fisher. Vucevic has averaged 21.0 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 3.2 assists this season on impressive 58/47/85 shooting splits, with the 2x All-Star making $20 million this season. Warriors cited as potential suitor for $160 million forward. The Golden State Warriors are still in need of some additional firepower to ease Stephen Curry's workload. Steve Kerr's team has hit a rough patch, and their inconsistent fourth-quarter production has become a serious concern. As such, Mike Dunleavy Jr. is expected to be active ahead of the February 6 trade deadline. According to Bleacher Report's Greg Swartz, Jeremy Grant could emerge as a potential trade target. The 30-year-old forward is in the second year of a 5-year $160 million deal that sees him earn an average salary of $32 million. If blockbuster trades for James or Butler fall short, Grant is still a strong option, Swartz wrote. The 30-year-old forward is averaging 16.1 points on 38.4% shooting from three this season. Grant would provide a significant scoring boost off the bench. In 24 games this season, he's averaging 16.1 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. However, his efficiency is a concern, knocking down 39% from the field and 38.4% from three-point range. While Grant isn't the type of all-star talent the Warriors are searching for, he would be a reliable addition to Kerr's rotation. His three-level scoring and physicality would add a new dimension to a roster that desperately needs some additional veteran know-how. On Saturday, December 14, the Warriors struck a deal to bring Dennis Schroeder to the Bay Area. The trade saw DeAnthony Melton, Reece Beekman, and 2 future second-round draft picks heading to the Brooklyn Nets as part of the deal. Schroeder, 31, was having an impressive season for the Eastern Conference strugglers. Nevertheless, the addition of a veteran ball handler should help ease the Warriors' fourth-quarter struggles. Schroeder ranked second on Brooklyn's roster for fourth-quarter scoring, averaging 4.8 points per game. He also led the Nets in fourth-quarter playmaking, dropping 1.6 dimes in the final 12 minutes of games. While it's still unclear whether Schroeder will be part of the starting unit or come off the bench, there's no denying he could have a big impact on Kerr's team. His ability to create for himself and others should ease the pressure on Curry, especially in clutch time. While Dunleavy Jr.'s addition of Schroeder is a shrewd move, the Warriors reportedly considered a bigger deal with the Nets. According to Jake Fisher, who wrote in the Steinline newsletter, the Warriors toyed with the idea of adding Cam Thomas to the trade. However, as Fisher noted, adding Thomas would likely have meant parting ways with Jonathan Kuminga. To acquire both Schroeder and Cam Johnson from the Nets, as league sources say was also weighed by the Warriors, almost certainly would have required them to surrender Jonathan Kuminga, Fisher reported. It makes more sense for Golden State to give it more time before going to such lengths to see A, how Kuminga continues to handle a role that the Warriors have gradually been expanding, and B, whether saving Kuminga for down-the-road trade talks can help them land a true all-star caliber sidekick for Stephen Curry after the Warriors' unsuccessful off-season trade pursuits of Paul George and Lauri Markkanen. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jeremy Grant? Leave your opinion in the comments.